Just doing a quick video on exercise 7E2. So this one here, that's a prism, but instead of it being a cylinder, the end part, the cross section, is a donut shape. So you need to find the area of the donut shape, which is a big circle, take a small circle. So area of the big one, area big, equals 2.4 across, so it's going to be radius of 1.2 pi times by 1.2 squared. I don't want the music, I want the calculator. Pi times 1.2 squared, 4.52 square meters. Area small, circle, is going to be pi times by 1.6 divided by 2, 1.6 divided by 2, 0.8 squared, 0.8 squared times by pi, 2.01 square meters. So the area of the donut is going to be the big. Area of that is going to be the big minus the small. 4.52 minus 2.01, 2.51 square meters. That's the area of the cross section of this little tube shape. So now I can times it by the depth. So volume is going to be area of the cross section, 2.51 square meters times by 4.6. 2.51 times by 4.6. 11.55 square meters rounded to 2 decimal points. That's B. D, you have a cube on top of a rectangular prism. So you just find the volume of the cube. The cube equals 3 times 3 times 3 is 27 cubic. Sorry, this one was cubic meters, not square meters. 27 cubic centimeters, and then the volume of the rect prism is going to be 10 times 10 times 2, 100 cubic centimeters. So V total is going to be 227 cubic centimeters. F, volume of the cone is going to be area of the base, so 1/3 times by the area of the base. The base is a circle, so the area of a circle is pi times by radius squared. So that's the area of the base times by the height of the cone, which is 9. Pi times by 5 squared times by 9. Is that times by 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3. So the cone is going to be 235.62 cubic centimeters. Volume of the sphere. It's a hemisphere, but we're going to find the volume of a sphere because that's what I taught you. 4 on 3 pi the radius cubed. Pi times by radius cubed. The radius is 5 cubed times by pi times by, in brackets, 4 on 3, 523.5960 cubic centimeters to 2 decimal points, but it's a semicircle, so divide by 2 equals 261.80 cubic centimeters. So V total is going to be 235.62 plus 261.80. 235.62 plus 261.80. 497.42 cubic centimeters. F, let's keep going. Concrete path, 1 meter wide, 10 centimeters deep, placed around a circular lighthouse of diameter 12. Draw an overhead view. Lighthouse is 12 meters. The concrete path is 1 meter wide all the way around. So 1 meter. 1 meter. So we've done A, find the surface area of the concrete. B. So you're going to have, so the trick here is that all the way across is actually 14 meters. So the surface area of the concrete, we have this donut shape is going to be a big circle minus a small one. So the area big circle equals pi times by radius of 7 squared. Pi times by 7 squared. 153.94 square. It doesn't write near the calculator. Square meters. Area small circle. It's going to be pi times by 6 squared. Pi times by 6 squared. 113.10 square meters. So area of donut is going to be 153.94 minus 113.10, 40.84, 40.84 square meters for the donut. There's the donut on the top of the, there's a donut on the top of the path and the bottom of the path, so you need to times this by 2 times 2, 81.68. 81.68 square meters for the top and bottom of the donut, because remember the donut, this is what the path looks like right now. It's three-dimensional. So we just worked out the surface area, the area. Why is the highlighter not working? We just worked out the area of the top donut and the bottom. Now we need to work out the area of the tube inside and outside. So the formula of a cylinder, remember, the surface area of a cylinder, SA of a cylinder, is equal to 2 times pi times by radius squared. That's the two circles on the top and the bottom. Plus 2 pi RD. That's the tube that forms the outside of the cylinder. That's what we're interested in here. So you don't need this, you don't need that. 2 pi RD is going to be the formula for the inner tube and the inner tube and the outer tube. So the outer tube, outer, is going to be 2 times pi times by the radius, which was 7, times by the depth. 10 centimeters is 0.1 meters. 2 times pi times 7 times 0.1, 4.40 square meters. Inner, 2 times pi times the radius of the inner one is going to be 6 times 0.1. 2 times pi times 6 times 0.1. 3.77 square meters. So surface area of everything is going to be 81.68 plus 4.4 plus 3.77. Calculator over here. 81.68 plus 4.4 plus 3.77. 89.85 square meters for the surface area of the concrete. C. Find the volume of the concrete required for the path. We found the surface area of the donut shape, so the volume of any prism. Volume is equal to the area of the cross section, which is 40.84, times by the depth, which was 0.1. So 40.84 times by 0.1. The volume is going to be 4.084 cubic meters. That's 3 done. 9, I'm building a rectangular garden. 8.6 meters by 2.4, 15 centimeters deep. 8.6 meters, 2.4. Might as well do the centimeters in meters, so it's going to be 0.15 meters deep. I want to buy soil from the local garden. It'll load into my trailer. The trailer is, so this is the garden. The trailer is 2.2 by 1.8 by 0.6 meters. I will fill the trailer to within 20 centimeters from the top, so it's going to go down 0.2 meters. How many trailer loads of soil will I need? He wants to fill up the trailer to the top. So the actual volume that he's going to fill up is not 60 centimeters. It's going to be 20 centimeters less than that. So it's that red rectangular prism is going to be 0.4 meters. Oh no, wait, it's asking for the trailer loads of soil, so we need to work out how much. Okay, we need to work out the amount of dirt. So volume is going to be 8.6 times by 2.4 times by 0.15. 8.6 times 2.4 times 0.15. 3.096 cubic meters of dirt. What can the trailer carry? So that's volume dirt. Volume trailer is 2.2 times by 1.8 times by 40 centimeters, because he's not filling it up to the top. 2.2 times by 1.8 times by 0.4. 1.584 cubic meters. So if I want to know how many trailer loads I'm going to need, it's going to be the dirt, 3.096 divided by the trailer size, 3.096 divided by 1.584, 1.95. So around about 2 trailer loads. Just under 2 trailer loads. Each load of soil costs 87.30. What will the total cost of the soil be? So B, it's not saying that I have to do full load, so I'm going to do this 1.95 instead. Each load costs $87.30. So you go 1.95 load is $87.30. 1.95 times by 87.3. $170.24 to 2 decimal points. C, I decided to put bark on top of the soil. Each load covers 11 square meters of garden bed. Okay, we're talking about area now. So the garden bed area garden is going to be 8.6 times 2.4. 8.6 times 2.4 is 20.64 square meters. Each load covers 11 square meters. So how many times does 11 cover this? Divided by 11. 1.88. It's a 2 decimal point loads. How many loads of bark? 1.88 loads. Each load of bark costs $47.95. What's the total cost of the bark? Well, 1.88 loads times by $47.95 equals 1.88 times by 47.95. $90.15 to 2 decimal points. Total cost of establishing the garden. Sorry, that wasn't BC. That wasn't D, that was C2. D. Total cost $170.24 plus $90.15. $170.24 plus 90.15. 260.39 total cost. Establishing the garden. 11, find the height. So I'm not going to do all of these. Because they're self-explanatory once you got the working out of it. A, the height of a rectangular prism with base. Draw your own diagram. Rectangular prism. Base 5 by 3. And volume. We know the volume is equal to 40 cubic centimeters. So what you've been taught is volume of a rectangular prism is length times width times height. Right, so we know the volume is 40, so replace V in that formula with 40. We know the length and width, 5 times 3. So another thing I don't know is H. So 40 is equal to 5 times 3, 15, times by the height. Height, we need to get all by itself, so we need to remove the times by 15. The opposite of timesing by 15 is dividing by 15, so divide both sides by 15. H is going to be whatever. 40 divided by 15 is 40 divided by 15. Height is going to be 2.67 centimeters. That's an example for the first one. All right, so now the second one, for example, B, we know that it's a cube, so all the sides are the same. So volume is equal to length times width times height. We know the volume is 34.01 equals x times x times x. So it's 34.01 equals x cubed. The opposite of cubing something is cube rooting. X is going to be the cube root of 34.01. There's a button for that on your calculator here. So yeah, similar process for these. You know the volume, know the volume. So you know the left-hand side of the formula. Plug in what you know of the rest of the formula, but there's going to be one unknown. Radius is the unknown. Height is the unknown. Radius is the unknown. Base radius of the cone. So use these techniques that you can see here. If you're still stuck, I'll do another video or do it in class. But yeah, once you've seen the first one and the process done there, give a go to the remainder.